It was an absolute pleasure to get to connect with you and bear witness to you in your power, Gaspar. Thank you.
Oh, good heavens. Voluntary midwifery, you're looking at one. She is mastery. Ooh.
Woo! Thank you. I didn't even pay him to say that. Thank you. Oh my God, that is so funny. But serious, I am moving closer now to the center point, which is where I stand under something to amplify myself, which is what ascension is meant to truly be about. We don't have to take a throne, which is where we own that which becomes our cage because it began to own May. And then as we get closer to things, it can get smaller until it starts to get bigger. And we can't deny it anymore because we can't hide it. But positioning is everything. So if you don't know that I rose from the dead when I declared myself living, and not prey to the Ceste Cave Trust Act of 1666, you say? Holy See, you ain't got nothing on me because the Nazi plan was not seeing the plan, friends. Friends of the court is friends of the one who gets to say who is part of the inner circle, the one in the center point who has went off course, leaving our own path for the sake of what is asked by the gnosis, for the gnosis. No sister would lead you to if you didn't do more relationally for them to care about the outcome for you. Relations. Everything is relative. It's all about who you are in relation to me and my storytelling. Because if I'm telling the story and you are the her, him, it, they I refer to, well then you aren't present to defend yourself. You don't even know what to fend off because you weren't there to hear it for yourself. So, we rotate and we say it is time for us to stop trying to take from one another when we just need to band together and see what we got so that we can all rise, not to the top, but to collapse the trust system and actually reestablish trust between us who man the system. There's a shoulder. What's the escape? The energetic portal that you want to stand in the center of, where your intentions lead you to the inner tent city. The inner tent city is that tabernacle of the innermost heart that no one knows what is in there except for the one who has access, which is the one who owns it, the one whose heart it is, truly. But then when others overlay their house on top of ours, they can enter our tent if we go outside ourselves to tell us who we are. When we have a duty to actually begin to trust ourselves. Nick, thank you for your stage. Thank you for your tree cutting care and all of your security details and that inspirational speech that you were saying there with all of us. Before then, I kind of shared a lot as well.
When we can, when we're all together after such a great moment, you know. Yeah.
That was so brilliant.
Yeah, thanks. Did you capture that or?
No, but someone else did. I saw.
Okay.
Had captured. He was filming the whole thing.
So
out
there. It was very passionate talk.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If you were to summarize what you said there, Nick.
I'd say I'll try to make it short and sweet. I have a bad habit of making it long and
we all do until we don't.
Short and sweet would be running security at this event. It was interesting perspective. I look at all of us as a sort of a clan, a tribe, an army, you know, of like-minded individuals and also varied-minded individuals at the same time. Like like in variety, that's one of our greatest benefits. But I want to say that the interesting perspective I had running security on this event allowed me to see the sources of the conflicts between certain individuals and what and I mean I don't know the deep end of each of those conflicts, but I mean I could gather a rough idea, and I tried to ask myself what is the best message that we could leave from this event in order what can we take from this event in order to prevent any kind of dividing of our own ranks, and I'd say that would be to just if you ever feel like you got to really be self-analytical, you got to really catch yourself, and that's hard to do sometimes, but you got to catch yourself when you're kind of thinking in terms of like lack of trust and whatnot. Lack of trust, I don't know if like I'm sure a lot of people listening to this
Oh
have
yeah,
had.
show your tattoos. That was
Oh
part of
sure,
what
yeah.
started
So
our
I'll
connection,
show you
actually.
what I'm saying, but yeah. So like lack of trust is like it's sort of like it's the worst because like when you I don't know if anybody's had like if you're being accused of theft or if you're being accused of being a
Yeah.
liar or this and that, it's the worst feeling in the world, right?
Right.
So that doesn't bring out good energy in anyone, and
No, it
especially if
doesn't.
it's misplaced. So like if you're gonna be accusing and that's judgment, you know. If you're
Right.
gonna be judgmental of somebody and judge them, box them into whatever reality that you see, which is literally a fragment of their reality
Right.
if you really think about it,
Right.
that's not fair. And you really got to catch yourself doing that, you know. And it's easy to do. We've been brought up in a world where people judge each other all the time, and that's just a normal thing that it's been part of our reality that we're all around in. And I want to go off on a little tangent here and just say one thing that was really interesting about this event was that the cohesion and the ability for people's energy to kind of become in sync and just kind of propelled, I guess. It takes time, and it doesn't happen in a moment or in a day. It happens over a few days at least, and probably we've only caught a glimpse of it here. Imagine if we were here for months. That would be insane. But I'll tell you, over like after day 2, that energy was kind of regulating and balancing because people all come in here from different walks of life, different backgrounds, different stories, all that stuff. And to see people just kind of slowly let go of that guard that they've built up and, just slowly shed the layers, like, like it's so healthy. And like people doing that all together, they witness each other doing it. You got all different kinds of art and things like that. To express your art takes a certain you have to be somewhat vulnerable, right? Like we were doing acro yoga out there, and like that takes a certain amount of vulnerability to do that stuff, and to even to put paint onto paper, and to put a note into a piece of paper. That takes vulnerability and to feel your true emotions, and that's something that people in this event witnessed on a huge scale that they're probably not used to. And the interesting thing is that this wasn't like any event where you just have like music bumping and people from all different walks of life coming. This was like a kind of, everybody was kind of in unison here. It was very interesting, and that's why I really respect the position I had and the opportunity I had to have a bit of a bird's eye view over it, or
Cool.
a raven's eye view, if you will. But,
Yeah, thank you for everything.
Yeah, no worries. Thank
Amazing.
you. I'm losing my voice.
No, that was fabulous. Thank
All right.
you. Ciao for now.